Namaste, everyone. Today we want to take a look at how to transform your desk, right? Everybody spends a lot of time sitting down. I was debating whether I should put this one up at the beginning with the chair stuff, but it kind of felt like a bit much for beginners. Start by fixing your chair. Make sure you have your air pillow so that you fix all the back problems. For this chair, I don't actually need an air pillow. If you find one of these wonderful little old sewing chairs, grab them because they are lovely. They definitely allow space for your tail. They usually have an excellent back piece that comes forward and acts just like that pillow does. So this chair, I don't actually need to use a pillow. What we want to learn about today is how to fix the table because it makes a whopping difference. I mean, you can already tell this is a lot higher than your usual table, isn't it? Most people would say that this is too high. Now, the usual industry way of fixing this problem, because we know we slouch when we're sitting, right, is to give you one of these little comfy brace things. This is a $30 piece of Velcro again, right? Gotta make sure this stuff is always overpriced, don't we? So, as you may have seen in the vehicle video, it's a very simple little device. You just throw it over your shoulders, and you kind of pull on these straps until it's not too tight, but a little snug. Secure them. And this is now a handy little reminder for me to stand up straight. I can talk to people and I can try to do things, and I don't have to think about standing up straight in order to stand up straight. It's pulling backwards a little bit and just reminding me to keep my shoulders back. The downside of something like this is that it's very easy to start just ignoring. If you aren't allowing yourself to do things with proper posture, if, for example, you're sitting down at a table that is the usual height, which is down here, right? I mean, look at this difference, right? The usual table height is right about here. So it can be useful, but it's kind of difficult, isn't it? If I keep my shoulders back with this harness, I'm stuck with I got to do work right here. Like, I can't really reach over, or I'm fighting against this harness, right? This is very, very limited. It works very well in vehicles, but honestly, that's the only place that I would recommend them. I would not recommend these for desk work. I would recommend fixing your table. So let's see what happens when we fix the table. If we make this nice and tall, what happens to my shoulders? Look at how easy it was for me to sit down here and just be effortlessly centered. That kind of, like if you're sitting back in a chair, right? Well, this one is a bit of a recliner. It'll give me proper posture, but it is a reclining chair, right? This is comfortable, absolutely. I can relax and kick back, but I still feel gravity pulling on me, okay? When I'm sitting like this, I don't have to hold myself up at all. I am being held up by my arms, but I'm being held up at the perfect height for my shoulders. So this just keeps me effortlessly balanced. Unlike a restrictive harness, I can reach and I can do all kinds of stuff. And I don't ever have to think, I don't have to work hard to keep myself up. It might not look like it in a video. Just having your arms right here is holding you up. You will not feel like you are sitting up. So, as you can see, this works very well. Might look a little funny. Might look like it's way too high, but it's really not. I can oh, wait, maybe I should pull up a typing program first. Here we go. I can type away to my heart's content. Very easy to use. So if you're a kid, maybe you don't use the computer as much. Maybe you stick with your phones. Lots of people do, right? But there's always some kind of desk work that we're doing, especially when we're writing things. Again, it might look like it's a little weirdly tall, right? But it's not. My elbow goes here very comfortably. And once again, this is holding me in that effortlessly centered posture without having to think about it at all. Makes it super easy. If you're older, it also makes it easier to see your paper. Very, very easy. So I would strongly encourage you to give this a try. You are going to be dumbfounded at how much different it is to do sitting work if you just make your tables higher. So how do we figure out this perfect height here, right? What you want to do is figure out whatever your standing work is, think of the kitchen video, right? My standing work height would be right about here. Your desk height is going to be about 6 inches less than whatever this standing height is. That's it. It's good to experiment a little, though. Don't just take my word for it and measure 6 inches exactly, right? Mess around a little bit. Again, use some books underneath your table legs until you figure out the right height, right? You want the height where just setting your hands right here keeps your shoulders back perfectly effortlessly. I personally prefer to perch on the edges of chairs. I'm not a big fan of sitting like this. This is definitely more restrictive. I can't move as much. It feels awkward. I would strongly recommend you don't really need a chair, right? That's really more for lounging. For something, you just need a stool. The stool works just fine because you're not going to be sitting back. This is what's holding you up. So that's about it. I am a big fan of trying to get legs out of the way as much as possible, if at all possible. In this situation, I was able to cheat very nicely because I've got a nice window ledge here to use. I only had to build one leg. It's a smaller table. It works pretty well. For most tables, it's a lot easier to adjust them this way. Imagine that this is taller. It's going to need to be a taller board, right? Because most of your table legs will come to about here. So you're going to need something that comes up to about here so that you can have this board, and then you just put another strip of wood right along here, make another little ledge to set your table legs on. That's all you have to do. I mean, it is a good idea to attach this, tie it on somehow. Duct tape often works just fine, quite frankly. So yeah, you might want to secure it a little better, but that's holding all the weight. You just put whatever table you have up on your stand. You have to measure the height to make sure you get your shoulders exactly back. That's all it takes, you guys. This is a really easy fix. Once again, for $1's worth of scrap wood, you now have something that is way, way better than that $30 harness. It just looks a little different, right? Oh, I almost forgot to mention too, if you're sitting here like this, if you're trying to fix your posture, focus on the shoulders by all means, because that's what's going to help you get your table the right height. But if you do that and your table is the right height, take a close look at where my nose is. Okay, it's slightly elevated, isn't it? This isn't that good banana neck posture. When I'm sitting at my desk like this, my head is tipped so that my field of vision, my range of vision has doubled because I'm holding my neck at the proper angle. That is a hugely big deal. Almost all the time, even if we get the rest of our posture right, we're always tipping our head and looking down. If you want to do, think about how long we sit on screens. If you want to do something like this for a long time, you want it to be sitting so that you just automatically, easily, and effortlessly want to use good posture in order to use your machine. Like when I was a kid, televisions weighed like 200 pounds. There was a reason we parked them on the floor. Nowadays, a TV weighs less than 10 pounds. There's no reason not to park it up high so that you can double that range of vision and give your neck good posture for a change, right? So yes, when you're fixing your desk, you are fixing both your shoulder and your neck posture, not just one of them, which is another reason it's so much better than this belt, which only does one of those. That's about it. This video was pretty short and sweet, right? I can't think of anything else to say. You just needed to see a good demonstration of how to get those shoulders up so that you can actually do things easily. Again, it might not look like it in a video. It might look really weird, like this is way too high, but you try it and you'll see. So if you're taking this course for credit, make sure you send me a picture of your new table rig. Namaste.